Hello and welcome to Reflections from the Abbey, which unfortunately is not in the Abbey. St Hilda, or Hild as she was known in her time, is known to have been instrumental in the positioning of the date of Easter in our church calendar. She facilitated the meeting of the Roman and Irish churches at Whitby in the 7th century, where they came to an agreement over how to decide upon the date of Easter and the formula that would be used, which is why Easter moves according to the full moon. The two different traditions were trying to set the date of Easter according to the pattern set by the Gospel authors. The Celtic Church supported that of St John, as maintained by the Irish missionary St Columba of Iona, whilst the Roman Church preferred the words of St Matthew about Peter, who they viewed as the founder of the Church. "And I tell you, you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not prevail against it," in Matthew chapter 16, verse 18. A majority agreement was reached. The scripture spoke in support of Peter as the founder of the church, and so in turn the church based in Rome, who celebrated Easter in the tradition of St Peter, were to be triumphant in how we now date when Easter Sunday will fall. It was, of course, not the ideal resolution for all. A few of the followers of the Irish Church refused to follow this plan and withdrew to Iona. Less than 100 years later, though, the Christians in Iona were using the Roman calculation of Easter, having decided that their similarities were too great to divide them from the rest of the church. Division and separation is hard at the moment as we strive to find new ways to be with each other. But the message of Easter we can encounter every day is that even though we are separated by physical distance, what keeps us together is much more powerful than that which separates us. Our love for one another, our faith in each other, and our striving to be the outworking of the love Jesus showed for all is what sustains us through this time. Let us pray. Force that is love incarnate, as we strive to be like Peter, the rock upon which our church is founded, we are reminded that our church and our faith is not based on mere buildings, but upon the people who inhabit them and who care for them, who are both the church inside the buildings and remain the church out with the sacred walls, in our homes and workplaces and in our communities. As we remember our traditions and grieve for our loss of normality, let us be comforted by the knowledge that seekers have ever wandered, looking for and finding perpetual comfort and peace in your presence. And now let us join together, saying the prayer which Jesus taught to his disciples. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen.